I would like to introduce you guys to a friend of mine. Are you ready to meet them? This is my friend Mo. Everyone needs Mo in their life. What's in my hands? No, it is not motivation. I bet some of you guessed it was motivation. Could I have a thumbs up if you guessed it was motivation? Motivation is not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about momentum. We use momentum. We're using momentum right now. Like momentum is happening in your life. Do you feel stuck? That's actually momentum. And you're like, wait a second, momentum? No. No, I feel stuck. Like there's stuff I'm wanting to happen, but it's not happening. Your bad habits have gained momentum. Do you see that? Your lack of movement has built momentum. So when it rains, it pours. Like we hear people say that, and I'm sorry, but people are so negative sometimes. Like all the sayings that we have that are so negative, I'm just like, what? So when it rains, it pours. It's like momentum. When it rains, it pours, whether that's positive or negative. So if you allow your negative beliefs to continue to be there, they will produce those results and it will perpetuate. It will compound upon itself. Like things just compound on themselves. And your good habits the same way. So, have you ever realized I feel like this is a new concept of momentum for things that feel stagnant. Like your lack of movement forward is compounding on itself. The longer you sit and watch a TV show, the harder it is to get up. Have you ever heard people talk about binge watching things? That's the compound effect at work. That is Mo, my friend Mo at work. Not motivation, momentum. So the longer you get stuck in a groove, the harder it is to change it because it builds momentum. It's your normal. Our brains, actually, we're building grooves in our brains at all times. And so our brains are getting really deep pathways to where that's our automatic choice, is that same old pathway. Does that make sense? So the new pathways, any new pathway is going to be more challenging to forge. But the longer you forge that, the longer it rains, the more it pours, then it's going to come, your efforts compound on themselves. So I have a little example because I love stories and I love to hear stories and I love to tell stories. So I have this story. So I created a pretty solid evening routine, and it's 5 things that I do before bed every night. So we have a Berkey water filter. If you don't filter your water with a filter that gets rid of like heavy metals and chemicals, and I almost said arsenic. I mean, ours might filter out arsenic because arsenic still is a thing, actually. What is it? Fluoride. A fluoride filter, all the things. So anyway, I have my solid evening routine. Give me a thumbs up if you have a solid evening routine. I fill my water filter because if I don't do this, it's 5 things before bed that I do. So I fill my water filter because if I don't do that, then in the morning I wake up and like the water filter is empty and all the things. So fill my Berkey water filter, and then I tidy up the house. I create what I call my map for my next day, where I have my plan in place and ready for the next day. I tidy the house up, make sure it's like all just really nice and tidy so I get to wake up to that fresh house, like dishes washed, all the stuff done. And then lastly, I vacuum the floor. So this is, yet again, this is just my example of my friend Mo stepping into my life. But I had to invite Mo long enough before he was like, you know what, this is a party I want to be at. So anyway, so I started doing this evening routine. I started it probably in August, maybe September. I don't know. I don't even feel like I've been doing it faithfully every night, almost without fail, for maybe 2 months, if that. So anyway, the cool thing is when you build momentum, when you put the effort in and it begins to build momentum, momentum compels others to join in. So I started noticing like my husband being pulled in by this momentum. Like he knew I was going to do these 5 things before bed every night. So who wouldn't want those things to happen faster so they could get their wife in bed faster? Just saying. Hi, Molly. She called me Pumpkin. Look, I bet you would like this shirt. Jolly and bright. I could see Molly in this. So anyway, our momentum builds and it actually compels others to join in. And that could be your husband, that could be your coworkers, that could be your children. Like, it really doesn't matter. It compels people to fall in line with the momentum. So my evening, thank you. She says it's cute. It was Old Navy. It says Old Navy 2022. I have a couple of matching ones. One for Esther and one for Trey. I don't have them like for the whole family. Anyway, though. So what is it in your life that you feel stuck with? What if you realized it's just a lot of momentum that's built up to this feeling of stuck? I feel like that really changes everything because you realize you can build, you can reverse the momentum, you can build new. It's at first, like I said, it's slow going. It takes a lot of effort. But literally, I did my evening routine last night. I was tired. I've been dealing with a lot of low energy stuff for like 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've not been on here as much, but I really had to just like cut a lot of things out because my body was just like crashing on me. So I'm so glad I listened to my body and rested and took the proper supplements because I'm starting to feel better. And I did my evening routine last night and I was like, that's weird. Like, I didn't even really think about what I was doing. I was just doing it. And that was my friend Mo. I made space for Mo long enough. Remember, not motivation, momentum. Motivation is going to fail you. It's okay to get on here and get a little bit motivated, but you can't live off of motivation. But you can, and you will, and you are living on momentum. Like I said, whether it's a good direction or not, your habits, your thought processes have led you to emotions that have led to habits you've forged that have led to what you have right now in your life. So if you look around in your life and you're not really loving what you see, it's time to shift to new pathways. But that's a whole transition that I understand takes a lot of effort and can feel really complicating. And that's exactly what I do as a life coach. One of the many things. Okay, and I need to specify and clarify. I am a CCA life coach. I was talking to one of my classmates. We try to stay she and I, this certain classmate, we try to stay in touch and just kind of encourage each other and check in with each other. We have similar personalities, so we approach things similarly. And she was a therapist and she is now a CCA life coach. And she's like, I don't want to do therapy anymore because I see what life coaching does and it works. It's better than the therapy I was giving. And she's like, I really appreciate that because I've never received therapy or like gone to a counselor or anything. I've had my clients tell me that, but to hear one of my classmates say like, I am a therapist and now I'm a life coach, a CCA life coach. And she's like, I will say, like, there's other life coaching programs out there that they're like just life coaching. But she's like, I feel like it's more of a hybrid of like therapy, of a therapist and a life coach. So even though I'm not a certified therapist, like it's not like just a life coach, if that makes sense. So anyway, all of that to say, I help people with all kinds of transitions and, breaking up old thought patterns that were really limiting their progress forward. And it's so rewarding and it's so awesome. But yeah, get Mo in your life in a good way. Mo is already lurking in the shadows of your life. Mo just might not be working in your ultimate favor. You just might need to shift some things. And are you ready? Are you at a place where you're ready to shift some things? Like, can you give that little care emoji if you're at that place? Like, I promise I'm not gonna like track you down and like try to sell you something or like breathe down your neck. That's not what it's about. You coming to the place where you recognize that you're at that place is why I say drop the care emoji. It's like, it's not so I can see it and see who you are and track that. Like, no, that's not what I'm about. It's about you coming to that place of realizing I'm done with living this way. Like, I'm done with having this problem in my life that I seem like I can never get on top of. Like, it could be like you feel like your whole life is a failure, or it could be like there's one area of your life that just feels like it's like stuck, and that's not a good feeling. And we can just get rid of that and get you moving forward. So when I say like drop care emotions, I just wanted you to know I'm not tracking this. Like, I'm not like, ooh, who did this and I need to follow up with them. Like, I didn't, no, that's not what I said. Drop an emoji. So I just wanted to clarify that. Anyway, I wanted to hop on. I wanted to just sprinkle some sprinkles of value. You know, I love to do that. Sprinkle some sprinkles of value. Now I need to go spend some quality time with Edwin while the middle two are sleeping, and hope Esther cooperates for whatever he has in mind that he's wanting to do. And I am sewing an apron for Melania for Christmas. I don't have a pattern or anything. I'm just like throwing it together. But she loves to wear an apron at Grammy's house, and I let her pick out the material. So I'm hoping to do that today, but I know how I am, and I'm a little bit of an overachiever. So we'll see what goes down. Anyway, I had to jump on here, guys, because I missed you guys. And I was like, you need some sprinkles of value today. Just sprinkles. And I wanted you to meet my friend Mo, because he's in your life, but make sure he's in the right place of your life. I love you guys.